Okay, so yung nalulubog ka na sa utang is a really difficult and stressful situation. While I do not believe in completely being debt-free or all debt or all free, I do believe that with financial literacy and commitment, you can definitely achieve being financially comfortable or slowly lift the pressure of your financial obligations or bayarin. In this video, let me share the strategies that I personally follow to avoid na malubog or masolusyonan yung pagkakalubog sa utang. Disclaimer lang ha, I am not a coach or advisor, but I am someone with experience sa mga ganito. Hello everyone! Welcome back to another vlog. So maiiba tayo today dahil it's about debt management yung topic natin. It's not the usual na nagre-review tayo ng OLA or nagtutorial ako kung paano ma-approve and mag-apply sa isang OLA. By the way, this video is not sponsored and it is based on my personal experience dahil yun nga, utang po yung pinag-uusapan sa channel na to. And it is important na responsible borrowers tayo at marunong tayo mag-handle ng utang. Okay, so let's get right into these tips na. Tip number 1. Huwag ka nang magdagdag pa ng utang. Hirap ka nang bayaran yung mga utang mo ngayon. What makes you think na kaya mong bayaran ang mga panibagong utang? Tapal-tapal is never a good idea. Most of us resort to the tapal-tapal because of the idea na dali lang makarenew ng utang, di ba? Dahil payer. Ganun naman talaga basta online loan app. So, merong ease of access. Alam mo lang na di na-detect ng credit assessment ng mga OLA na high risk ka na just because na on time ka magbayad or good payer ka. Alam mo ba na most credit assessment systems ng mga lending institutions also look at patterns and behavior ng borrower and not just being able to pay on time or good payer. They also look into factors like bakit nag-a-advance ng bayad to? Dahil uutang ulit ng mas malaking amount, no? Wala ngang late, pero bakit patong-patong na yung mga loan apps na may active na utang? Or, good payer to, pero bakit kaya puro minimum? Nabibigla na lang tayo na, bakit hindi na tayo pinautang kasi good payer naman? Dahil nakikita din nila yung behavior ng borrower na may tendency na palang malulubog. So, dapat tigilan na natin yung tapal-tapal na yan, ha? And break that illusion na being a good payer is enough. So, huwag ka nang magdagdag ng utang. Let's just face the reality na nahihirapan na. And speaking of reality, let's go to step number 2. Number 2 is list down all your debt. Doesn't matter how big or how small or how high the interest is, basta ilista mo. You need to actually see kung ano na bes. You cannot confront your problems if hindi mo nakikita how big the problem is. Kaya ilista mo lahat, kahit na 5 piso na lang na utang. And then, step number 3, categorize your debt or arrange them in, say for example, this is what I would do personally ha. Say for example, alin ba dito yung pinakamaliit at matatapos ko ng bayaran agad? Or alin ba dito yung pwedeng installment, di ba? Or alin ba dito yung may pinakamataas na interest pero matatapos na soon? And then, alin ba dito yung pwede mo nang mag-minimum at kung may kung ano dito yung may pinakamababang interest, no? Ito kasi yan. Usually, yung mga maliliit na amounts ay also the ones that ang daling i-renew or utangin. And usually, they are the ones na may malaking interest. So, sila dapat yung unang tapusin at bitawan na. Yes, mahirap ano? But challenge yourself. And then, dun naman sa installment, usually just follow your schedule because most of them are fixed. Okay lang sana kung meron silang ino-offer na cashback, pero baka wala. So, huwag na mag-advance kung wala namang benefit yung pag-a-advance. Don't be afraid na while binabayaran mo muna tong mga maliliit na utang, nagme-minimum ka muna doon sa mga pwedeng mag-minimum payment, lalo na if maliit lang naman yung interest. Then, pagtapos ka na sa mga small debts mo, move ka sa next. And kung may extra ka, dagdagan mo na lang yung payment mo sa mga utang kung saan nagmi-minimum ka. I guess at this point, kaya no? Kayang-kaya. Also, you can also ask the lenders for a debt restructuring if kailangan while you concentrate on the ones na dapat natapusin as soon as possible. Approve or reject. Lenders will look into your credit history to make that decision. In today's Finlit episode,
Finlit in a
let's
minute.
talk about ways to get your credit report kasi dapat ikaw na mismo yung may idea kung gaano ka credit worthy. There are 4 ways to get your credit report. 1, through the Lista app. You can either tap CIBI or TransUnion, which are both CIC accredited credit bureaus. Number 2, pwede rin yung Credit Mo app na mada-download sa Google Play Store or sa App Store. Number 3, you can also email CRIF Philippines via this email address. 4, pwede kang mag-walk-in sa mga CIC accredited accessing entities under the D2C program. The list is on the CIC website. Your credit report shows lenders kung naging on-time ka sa payments and how many active loans you have. Checking your credit report helps you stay on top of your financial obligations. Follow me for more Finlit videos. See you next time. Okay, I know, daldal ako ng daldal. Kala nyo hindi ko naiintindihan. Pero nakaka-stress naman talaga na parang never-ending na yung mga binabayaran. Mas nakaka-motivate siya if nakikita mong lumiliit or kumukonti yung utang or basta may konting progress. And usually makikita mo to pag nakalista. So, basta in the process, wag ka nang magdagdag ng utang. Except for tip number 4. And tip number 4 is, kung meron kang chance na makakuha ng big loan pero may pinakamababang interest, then take it. Say for example, sa bank na nag-offer ng personal loan na 1% na interest or 0.49% monthly, then you can use that big loan para bayaran yung lahat mong maliliit na mga utang. And this is what most experts call debt consolidation na may ilang advantages. Say for example, iisa na lang yung date na iisipin mo, tapos na yung patong-patong na interest sa mga patingi-tinging utang na paulit-ulit na ini-incur, tapos iisang utang na lang yung iisipin. So, di ba, mas nakaka-less stress. This makes things easier to handle, pati na mentally. Pero pag ginawa mo yun wag ka nang umutang doon sa mga ola-ola, di ba? Because the goal is, di ba, ma-manage na natin yon. Then number 5, pay off all your debt. There are 2 ways na pwede mong gawin to. 1 is the snowball method, where uunahin mo bayaran yung utang na may pinakamaliit na balance regardless of the interest. Then pagkatapos niyan, move on ka sa next na may maliit na balance. So bali small, quick wins na nakaka-motivate to. And many people believe that this is highly effective because of the psychological effects nito. So, personally, numbers intimidate me. So, I would prefer this method dahil medyo emotional ako. And math is scary para sa akin, which is what the other method is more on. So, the next method is avalanche method, which is more mathematical na approach. So, magmi-minimum ka sa lahat ng utang and extra cash will be dedicated or ipaprioritize mo yung the ones with the highest interest. Anyway, so priority mo yung mga matataas na interest ng mga utang. This method is for those na committed tsaka disciplined enough to stick to a plan. So, now, ang tanong, which one is the best method? It depends sa where ka willing mag-commit. Because after all, the best plan is the one that is sustainable para sa'yo. Whether mag-avalanche ka man or mag-snowball method, there's no right or wrong. Yung pinaka-importante kasi is consistent ka. Wag ka nang magdagdag pa ng utang. So, that's it for today and I will see you on my next vlog.